We are continuing our commitment to read and explain Project 2025, the far-right Christian nationalist plan for the next Republican presidency. And today we're looking at Chapter 11, which is the Department of Education. Now, the first proposal in here is simple enough. This is from the first sentence of the chapter, where it says, ultimately, the federal Department of Education should be eliminated. But of course, it's not so simple. The chapter goes on to outline a long list of radical action to reshape this country's education system from top to bottom. That list includes dismantle the Department of Education, end the Head Start program for young children in poverty, end the Title I funding for schools serving low-income children, rescind federal civil rights protections for LGBTQ plus students, undercut federal capacity to enforce civil rights law, reduce federal funding for students with disabilities, and remove guardrails designed to ensure that these children are adequately served by schools, privatize the federal student loan portfolio and end student loan forgiveness, and promote universal private school choice. Let's talk about that last one, what they mean by universal private school choice. What it means is that vouchers designed to help families pay for private school if they don't want their kids in public school. On the very first page of the chapter on education, the author calls out Arizona school choice voucher model as the model for the rest of the country to follow. So let's take a look at that Arizona voucher program. The state promised families in the program an average of $7,000 a year to spend on the private school of their choosing or other non-public options, which include homeschooling, tutoring, or charter schools. But the Arizona Center for Investigative Reporting found that roughly 60% of vouchers were going to students whose families were already paying for private school education, meaning that taxpayer dollars are actually subsidizing private school education for families that can already afford it while siphoning money out of the public school system. Quote, Arizona has taken hundreds of millions in new spending for kids who were already attending private schools, a trend that contributed to a $1 billion plus budget deficit this year. Plus, a recent analysis by the Hechinger Report found that of the Arizona schools that posted their tuition rates publicly, nearly all of them raised their tuition the same year that those vouchers became available, making the schools far more expensive than what's actually covered by the vouchers. That means that many low-income families were left with thousands of dollars in tuition that they suddenly had to cover themselves with no notice. So-called school choice programs also appear to disproportionately benefit religious schools. What a shock, right? According to the Washington Post, an analysis of voucher programs, 87% of Arizona's voucher money went to religious schools. While Arizona has the nation's most expansive voucher program, 10 other states have similar programs. 17 more states have smaller voucher systems. The same Washington Post analysis found that in those 28 states that provide public funding for private school vouchers, the vast majority of the money ends up going to religious schools. What a shocker, which translates to billions of dollars in public education funding being lost. In some states, as much as 98% of voucher funding goes to religious schools. So, to recap, Arizona gave students in the school choice program roughly $7,000 each, made up of funding that used to go to public schools in order to allow them to choose their own non-public option. But the voucher doesn't cover the full amount of tuition at those schools, so families who already pay for tuition get a tuition break, while families who can't pay the tuition are forced back into public schools, where they're now receiving even fewer resources. Plus, students with special needs are no longer guaranteed spots because non-public schools don't have to admit them. Beyond privatizing schools and eliminating most of the protections for disadvantaged students, Project 2025 also seeks to take on the so-called woke agenda in education. Woke is all through this document, by the way, even though regular people don't use that expression. As Heritage Foundation President Kevin Roberts put so clearly in his foreword, quote, the noxious tenets of critical race theory and gender ideology should be excised from curricula in every public school in the country, end quote. As ever, Project 2025 clearly seeks to increase rights and access for certain people while removing protections for other people. The chapter on education specifically calls to eliminate protections for trans and non-binary students, maintaining the far-right trend of attacking transgender people. It also recommends putting the Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights, which was established under the Civil Rights Act in order to ensure that schools and programs that receive federal funding comply with civil rights laws, under the control of the Department of Justice. But you may recall from our earlier reporting on Project 2025 that it wants to put the DOJ under more direct presidential control, which means that under Project 2025, the Office of Civil Rights in the Education Department would likely fall under direct presidential influence. So yes, if you have money to spend and children with no special needs and no learning differences, and you live in an urban area, you may have more choice for your child under Project 2025. But for students with special needs, options are increasingly limited for even well-resourced families. Families report being turned away from private schools, religious schools, and even special ed-focused charter schools because ultimately, under voucher systems, it's the schools that have the power to choose their students, not the other way around. Our Department of Education was designed specifically to ensure that all children in this country have equal access to quality education. I agree. That doesn't always come to pass, but that's the point of the exercise. But Project 2025 aims to dismantle that for what they say is the promise of freedom and choice. Freedom and choice for who? Before the break, we told you about Project 2025's plan to dismantle the Department of Education, including a series of policy proposals that take away funding and protections from the most vulnerable students in the country, particularly low-income students and students with disabilities. Joining me now is Randi Weingarten, the president of the American Federation of Teachers, the largest teachers union in the country. Randi, thanks for being here. There's a lot, Project 2025 is a mess. It's a hot mess. It's a disorganized thing. So it's hard to kind of organize the thoughts and translate it into normal people speak. But we've tried to do that. And I want to just get your take on that. What have we missed anything, or is there something else in there that you want to bring up to our audience?
First off, Ali, you would get an A+++ if you were in my AP Gov course, because you said it. I mean, it was brilliant the way in which you just rolled it out in very plain English. But let me try to say it this way. You know, we live in a capitalist society, and competition and choice are, part of what's in our capitalist democracy. But we also live in a society that believes we have to educate all kids. So we have to create a ladder of opportunity for all kids. That includes kids with special needs. That includes kids who are poor, kids who are middle class, kids who are rich. And what Project 2025 does is it basically takes that ladder of opportunity and it crashes and burns it. It basically says, if you are already in a family that has means, fine, you're going to have a lot of choices. Everybody else, we're defunding public schools, and we're giving money to private schools or to religious schools, but private schools that then hike up the tuition. So it essentially means that only the rich can have those choices. That's essentially what it's doing. So that's what we're seeing in Arizona. That's what we're seeing in Iowa. That's what we're seeing in Florida and these other places. So it completely takes away and abolishes this notion of opportunity for all and of knowledge for all. So that's on the economic side. On the side about the cultural wars, it's even as more venal than that, because it's essentially saying, we're not going to teach honest history. We're not going to teach critical thinking. We're not going to see all of our students. We're going to have a very, very, very bifurcated, binary way of saying either you are this way or you don't matter. And the third thing I would say is what it is afraid of actual real knowledge. Why would you be afraid of teaching honest history to American school children? Why would you be afraid of saying this is the good in America and this is what people like King and others have tried to change? And why would we not teach American kids all the things they need to know to actually live their lives? And why would we not allow kids to go to college even if they're poor? So it really takes away opportunity from every child who doesn't come from a rich family.
You know, school choice sounds great, as you said, and we are in a capitalist society. But if you live in a place, often school systems work better in places where there's higher income, property taxes are higher, the taxes are higher, you can pay for more things. If you live in a place where you'd like your public education to be better, and you take each student who isn't going to be in the public education system, you take the public funding for them out of the system, you're simply not making that district better. You're empirically making
Correct.
it worse for everybody else who's left behind.
And this is what happens with that, because it happens in rural areas and it happens in urban areas. If you say you have a school with 100 kids, and now all of a sudden you have 95 kids. You took that money from those 5 kids, or you did it in whatever Arizona is doing it or other ways of doing it. This is what happens. You get rid of the librarian, or you get rid of the gym teacher, or you get rid of the art teacher or the music teacher, because we're still going to have classes that have English and math. So the things that really resonate for kids, you get rid of. I taught in New York City in the 1990s during a recession. We scavenged for chalk, but this is what we tried to do. We tried to keep the AP Gov course that I'm teaching. We tried to keep the health courses that we were teaching, so we had pathways for kids to go into career tech ed or healthcare. But schools across America are making these choices all the time. That's what it means when we're talking about defunding schools. And so think about the other thing, which is what's also venal about Project 2025. They want to take the meal programs away from kids. They want to take civil rights away from kids. So how do we help kids become the middle class? How do we help kids go from struggling to striving if they take this funding away? We have to strengthen public schools. We have to do different things to meet the needs of kids, of course. But there's nothing other than a public school system that spells opportunity in America.